Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Dr. DeShapo, and this is your introductory video for your class for spring of 24, Anatomy and Physiology lecture. This is an online course. There is an in-person section. It's Mondays at 9:20. If you're interested, please shoot me an email and you are more than welcome to go. Now, you probably saw that I just have Bright Space, also known as D2L, same thing, on my homepage here when I log into Google. So that way I can just hit it and it gives me logged in, so it saves me a little bit of time. I've also pinned the classes that I'm working on now. The pin is right there because it gets a little confusing which classes are where for me because I have so many classes. Otherwise, you can search over to spring of 24. I'm not going to go there because I have everything loaded into this kind of master class here. And then you just log in. Okay. This is your home page. It's kind of a course overview. And you can skim down and take a quick look here. Here are work to do, and I really do like this with the new program, is it has the quizzes and the dates that they are open and closed, which has been working out great. Coming down a little bit further, you can see the entire list of those quizzes, and I'll show you more as well. This is important. These are the help desk phone number. And also, if you're having a problem, you can create a ticket. So suppose Bright Space, you can't get into it. You can send them a ticket. Well, that's not a good example because you're going to be here, but you get the idea. This is also the phone number. It might be a good idea to put that in your phone. That way, if you can't get into Bright Space, you can give tech support a call. Here's my profile. You can read about that on your phone. Okay, so that's course home. Content is where your notes are, where the lecture videos are, and we try to give you a whole bunch of information. And I know it could be a little overwhelming, but we do this in order to give you options as to what may or may not help you, okay? So this is obviously for us. Start here has things such as how to behave with emails. Well, let's look at it really quick. ADA compliance, that's for us. Accessibility tools, respond to lockdown browser. I'll talk about that in a minute. This is what we use for proctoring and needed technology. Okay, so you could take a look at those on your own. Here's our syllabus for the class. And it has your overall general content. It has our emails. It's really the best way to get a hold of us or come to office hours. I'm going to hold office hours Mondays from 10 to 11 in the bio lab, same lab as you have your regular A&P lab in. And Thursdays noon to 1. I will hold those, but I'll send emails out about those. I can Zoom as well. Just let me know and I'm happy to help. Okay. Here's a breakdown of the grading. You have 4 exams, you have several quizzes, and then you have a discussion. Okay, so this should say discussion. I will change that. So you're going to have discussions worth 10 points. I'll correct this in the syllabus. And they're super easy. There's a little bit of a change, so I will go through that with you. These points will change, okay? If you want to figure out your points in the class to date, you would take part by whole. So if you've earned 80 points out of 100, you have an 80%. You divide part by whole, multiplied by 100%, 80%. So part divided by whole gives you your grade. Okay. Great lecture grades will be automatically posted. Discussions, it may take us a few weeks to grade them. Okay, so just give us a little time for that. There's your grade scale. You do need a C and above, so please take note of that. Okay, above is 73. Text is completely optional. Lecture notes you can get from the bookstore. You could get an old copy of the text if you want, completely up to you. And the rest you can read through on your own. There's weekly content at the end here with the schedule that has your exam dates. So you have that right in front of you. I would put that right into your phone. That's the only way that I remember stuff is if I put it into my phone. So I'm going to go back into content. And this is all the information as we had last semester. So here's your weekly spring schedule. If you click on that, you'll see the days of lecture and the content that may change. Note that says tentative. However, your exams probably will not change. We've moved them a little bit. We've moved them from, I believe it's Wednesday to Thursday at noon or Tuesday to Thursday. Let me take a quick look, because that gives us a little time to fix anything should you have issues. Wednesday to Thursday at noon. So that way you could get through the lecture, it gives you a day to study, and then it's open right through overnight, and we can help you if you need it. Okay, so all the exam information, including content, is in here in the weekly schedule. Okay, Respondus rules and directions for environmental scan. Here's the rules. I made a video last semester. I'm going to download it so you guys can review that. You need to do a thorough scan. You also need to show the surface of your computer. If you have a laptop, you just use a mirror. It's not a big deal. So be sure to follow that, or you may get a 0 for cheating. This is very important. General introduction will be this video. I'll update that. As people didn't even look at these last semester. These are PowerPoints of all the structures in the lab. I'm just going to click on one to give you an idea. This is such a great study review. It's very slow to load, obviously. We'll get there someday. Quite often, if you hit download, it's quicker. I think it heard me. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. So you can even download this to your computer. And this I used to use when my brain couldn't take anymore. I'd sit with pictures like this and cover the answers that are over to this side and review and look at it. And these are pictures of the models in the lab. So these are very, very helpful to review exactly what you're going to see on your exams. And there's a review for every organ system. Okay? So make sure you review that. And I'm going to hold lab reviews to review these topics on Thursdays between noon and 1. And let's get back to here. And then after we complete the labs, I will have a review of the workbooks. Those are videos to review all the answers. You know, sometimes I used to get home and think when I had my anatomies, oh my gosh, is this right? Do I have this wrong? I go through all the answers for you in these lab review videos. Okay, there's bones, there's joints, there's muscle, and it gives you all the answers. But they won't open until we finish that in person. Then we get into the weekly content. It's just like it was last semester. You have an introduction, you have the notes, you have a video. If you don't like the videos, you can just review the notes. If you don't like the notes, you can read the book. However, I will tell you, exam questions come from the notes. This preparation we do in lab now, we just keep it here to store it. Okay, so that's what's printed out in your lab manual, so just disregard that. And these review questions are optional. I know for me, it's helpful if I have questions in front of me, so that way I can keep focused. So you can print those, and then the answers are just below. And if you've had me before, every week is set up the same. Okay. Your notes, the videos, review questions. Now, as you're studying, if you get to something you don't understand, please contact us immediately, and we are so happy to help. So, under assignments is now where you have short paragraphs that you will prepare and submit them through here. And what will happen is you will be turning it into what's called Turn It In. We've asked you to not copy and paste things, but people are copying and pasting. Turn It In is a program that will prevent that. You need to write everything in your own words. If it's more than 24% copied, you'll get a 0. You need to start doing this. And the reason we're starting this now is you will end up doing this in nursing or healthcare or PA school or med school or any of those. So in here, once again, you've got to have a 24% or less. You can resubmit. However, if I see that it's 80% copied, which I will, then 70, then 60, then 50, that's an issue. Okay. It should be pretty low to begin with, write in your own words, have one resource to support your information, and you just provide one paragraph. You'll click into, this doesn't have Turn It In because it's a hi, how are you kind of thing. Case study 1, you'll come in and you should see these directions. This is the first time I've used this. If you don't, let me know. Okay, and you should see the questions. You have to use one peer-reviewed resource. So rather than saying this is from WebMD, you could go into WebMD and find the actual article written by the author. This will get you used to using peer-reviewed resources. You're going to review this week information and diseases about human bones, joints, and or muscles. So a fracture would be an example. You'll go through, you'll follow directions, write a very short 1 to 2 paragraphs, one resource, submit it, make sure it's 24% or less, and you're all set. Okay. Once you click on the assignment, it looks different because right now I'm in the teacher mode. Hold on a second. I think I could switch it. Okay, so let's go into assignments. Click in here. You'll see the directions. This is how you'll be able to view it. You'll add a file. Make sure that the Turn It In is low. Run resource, you're good to go. Okay. So you're not going to have discussions anymore. This is actually empty other than directions. We moved everything over to assignments. If you have any questions about that, let me know. Quizzes will be listed. I love this with D2L, as you can see future quizzes and you could see what's open. This is that quiz for the proctoring system, Respondus. Respondus videotapes you and make sure that you're not cheating. I have very specific directions. I'm actually going to use a different video to explain that, and I will send that out in a separate email. And then if you come down, these are not in order, which is weird, but they will as they're due pop into current quizzes. And you could see the range that they're open. We open them Friday morning. They close Monday at noon. So make sure that you look for those and take them. We don't reopen them. Okay. There's your exams. They have the dates. The content is in the weekly schedule. And that's about it. You will get occasional emails that come through. You can turn that on. So Announcements are sent to you as an email. Leave right there under course tools. Or it's not there. But if you come over, you can look it up. And that's another great thing with D2L. You can find almost anything online. So if you're having a problem with the actual platform itself, you can pop on here. Excuse me. So I think that is a good start. As always, if you have any questions, let us know. We don't have school the Monday of Martin Luther. And I look forward to seeing you all. If you have questions, please email me and I will be in touch every week, letting you know what you need to do in our weekly emails. And I'm also in person on campus if you need me, and I can Zoom if you need that as well. Always feel free to reach out. Happy to help. Hope you're all well and happy and healthy. Happy New Year. See you soon.